Hello, welcome to the Run Testers and welcome to our run through of our favourite cushioned running shoes available right now. In this video, 6 run testers are going to talk through their favourite cushioned running shoe, kind of describe why they like it, what they use it for, what they really consider a cushioned running shoe to be. We're going to follow this up with another video which is going to be a more comprehensive look at kind of all the best cushion shoes on the market, but this is really our favourites, the ones that stick in our rotations that we like to use, day in, day out, with an explanation why. Each of us will kind of talk about what we use a cushion shoe for, but as a general description, this is a shoe that's built more for your kind of easy miles. It's not really designed to be a very versatile racing option, although they can be for some people, as we'll find out. But yeah, in general, this is a shoe that if you had a shoe rotation, you might have a fast racing shoe, a faster training shoe, and then a cushion shoe which covers off your easy miles, protects your body from the impact of doing a lot of kind of base training throughout each week. Right, without further ado, let's dive into our top picks, starting with Tom. Right, I'm here with Tom, who's going to talk about his cushion shoe pick. What have you gone for, Tom?
It's probably going to come as no surprise that I have gone for the Brooks Glycerin 19.
Yeah, fantastic shoe. I'm also a big fan of it. It's a really comfy, quite traditional ride, it's fair to say.
Yeah, I think the thing about the Glycerin 19 is that it's just got a bit of everything. It doesn't really excel in any area. It's not like the Nike Invincible, where it's got a lot of softness, a lot of bounce. There's no specific area of this that I really think this is amazing at. It just does a bit of everything, and I can just wear it whenever I go out and do anything, really.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got amazing step-in comfort as well. It's got loads of plush padding on the up. It's the kind of shoe where I imagine they sell loads in running shops, because you step into it and you go, well, I don't want to take this off ever. Yeah,
and people aren't going to be disappointed by it either. It's a little bit like the Fresh Foam 1080 V11 in that sense, so that you can buy it and you're not going to be disappointed. It's not going to necessarily do anything amazing that you want it to do, but that's not what I want. I want something that's just got a comfortable, cushioned, can run a bit faster in it, and it does all that. And it lasts a long time too. Yeah, it's just a really, really solid shoe. Yeah, and if you're someone that maybe buys one pair of shoes or two pair of shoes, it's going to be durable as well. There's a lot of rubber on the Glycerin 19, so you're not going to be buying loads of shoes. So yeah, it's just a great all-rounder and well worth the money, I think.
The only thing I would say is it's a long-running line. The last 2 years haven't been huge changes. If you see a great deal on the 18 or 17, probably snag that maybe.
Yeah, and in fact the 18, I think I preferred the 18 design to the 19 design, so there's definitely a good option to get one of those if you can.
My favourite ever cushioned shoe is the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run. I love this shoe. I have 2 pairs. That's how much I love this shoe, because I'm scared that it might get discontinued and I'll have to find something else. I love it. It's super plush. This shoe is designed to be comfortable. When Nike brought it out, they said about a year ago, they said it was designed for marathon runners who were doing easy long training miles, and it's kind of a recovery day shoe. It's not a shoe you'd race in, it's not a shoe you'd do your tempo sessions in, it's a recovery shoe. And they're not wrong. I've worn it for most of my easy runs since I got it a year ago, and I just love it. It's so, when you first get it out of the box, you'll be like, oh my god, it's huge. Like, look at that. It's almost like a rubber ring of foam around your foot. It has got these kind of support rails to kind of stop too much overpronation, but if you do need a support shoe, I'm not sure this would have enough. There's no kind of, it's not a sport shoe, but it has got a light support. The Zoom X foam is usually used in Nike's faster shoes, and this isn't a fast shoe, but it has got that kind of bouncy, kind of responsive foam, which is so nice on when your legs are tired and you're just going out and you don't want to have to work hard in the shoe. This kind of does a lot of that for you. It's super comfortable. There's so much cushioning everywhere. When I first tried it on, I described this, anyone who plays netball will know, this is like a netball shoe tongue. It's so padded, it's so soft. It's just a brilliant shoe. Nike said it was for marathon training. I think a beginner could wear. There's no reason why a beginner couldn't wear this shoe. There's no reason why anyone can wear this shoe. I wouldn't say it's just for kind of marathon runners at all. The only downside is the outsole there's not a lot of grip, and I have found on super rainy pavements I have slipped a little, but it's not enough to make me fall out of love with it.
So my top cushion shoe pick is this, the Saucony Triumph 19. Now the reason I've gone with this is that I think Saucony's Power Run Plus cushioning technology in this shoe is just really soft, kind of plush, just feels very comfortable to run in shorter and also longer distances as well. And then you kind of combine that with this mesh upper, which I think kind of hugs the foot in the right places, gives you enough space up front as well. It just makes it overall really comfortable and enjoyable shoe to run in, that you can potentially run a little bit quicker in, I think, as well, but generally that kind of cushioning works best at kind of easy to moderate paces.
So my pick is a new shoe on the block, the Adidas Ultraboost 22. This is the women's shoe, and if you've seen our video specifically on our first thoughts on this shoe, you'll know that this is designed specifically for women's feet, which surprisingly a lot of shoes aren't. And I've only had it a couple of weeks, but it's already cemented its place as a shoe in my weekly rotation. It's a nice, comfortable ride, and I use it for easy runs around the park at the moment. And I just enjoy running in it. It's kind of comfortable. It's like the equivalent of a pair of slippers, I guess. It's nice and comfortable. It is not as bouncy at the back as the big heel there might make you think. It's just comfortable, and for the women's shoe they redesigned the bit around the ankle, and it's a bit more snug fit there now, and it's got some nice, if we're talking cushioning, not just underneath but in the sides, some nice padded bits on the inside, either side of your Achilles, round to the side of your ankle a bit. It is cushioned in the outer sole and in the inner sole. You know, sometimes you can get a shoe that's got a lot of cushion in here, but the inner sole feels quite firm. I'm thinking like the Levitates, not this one, the one before. They felt like that to me. This is comfortable. I don't know what else to say about its cushioning other than it's a nice, comfortable ride. I have slightly narrow feet, and this fits nice and snug for me. If you were a bit wider feet, you might find this less well fitting for you, but there is the Ultraboost 21, which would see you right. Still a very good cushioned shoe, and probably being reduced right now because the new kid on the block is out.
When it comes to cushioned shoes, then my choice to go and do those easy miles is actually the Hoka Rincon 3. I've been a massive fan of the Rincon 1 and the Rincon 2, and I think the 3 carries on in the same kind of vein. What you're getting is essentially getting like a massive big kind of stack of cushioning underfoot, but it's not too squishy, it's not too kind of soft, it's not unstable, I don't think in any way. You get a nice kind of wide base platform here to run on that gives just about the right amount of cushioning for the way that I like to run, even when I'm going at those kind of really sort of slow miles. And if I'm out for a run where I'm not really sure what I'm going to get, this is the shoe that works nicely for me in those kind of long, slow, easy plods. It's a good one. The other thing, it's got a sort of slightly sort of bucket fit, so you sort of sink down into a sort of a bucket seat within the shoe. There's ample cushioning around it. I think the uppers and that create this, and the bucket and that cushioning creates this kind of overall foot feel, which just feels super comfortable, almost no matter what I'm kind of running when I'm going on those easy runs. And I'll do a lot where it's kind of sort of between the tarmac and a little bit of off-road sort of gravelly paths, because I like to do my slow runs when I'm in somewhere where it's green and I can kind of breathe and I feel like I'm, you know, got a bit of fresh air, and it's good for the mind as it is for the body. And these shoes kind of cope with that well. You know, they're really good. I get good lockdown fit. They're still a very lightweight shoe. They come in, you know, that big stack of Pro-Fly foam doesn't add a huge amount of weight to these shoes, so you're not going to be weighed down too much in them as well. So yeah, that's my pick for my favourite cushion shoes when I'm going to go out and run. Very easy, almost kind of recovery, or just runs where I'm out for enjoyment. If I want a bit of protection, but I still want a bit of response, I get that in spades, I think, from the Hoka Rincon 3.
Okay, so onto your cushion shoe, Nick. What have you gone for?
It's the Puma Velocity Nitro. It's a shoe just I love all round. I actually was wearing it just now. I've now got a bare foot in this central London park.
A lot of people looking at you.
It's fair enough. But it's really well cushioned. It's very comfy. You can definitely do all your easy runs in it. I really enjoy doing quite high mileage weeks, doing lots of the running in the shoe. But I just like it because it's a bit more versatile. It's got a bit of pop if you want to speed up on those easy runs. You can actually do sessions in it. You can even, I think it's quite a good long racing shoe even. And also it's just outrageous value. Like it's £100 RRP. It's been available for like £50 all year. And the thing about that is like if you buy this shoe and then you've got all the extra money saved to buy a carbon racer, it's the perfect kind of cushion shoe for me in that sense, in that I will have a 3-shoe rotation. I don't want to spend loads of money on my cushion shoe, but I want a nice, comfortable, versatile ride, and this does it. Like, and even if you spend twice as much, I just don't think you're going to find a better shoe really than this. So it's not just a cheap option, it's still brilliant.
Yeah, and even though this is your choice, every run tester has tried this shoe and everyone has come back and said what a fantastic shoe it is, which is very rare for such a cheap shoe. I mean, sometimes we get more budget. This is not a budget shoe, but sometimes we get cheaper options coming in where people go, you know, you can see why it's a budget option.
Yeah.
If we'd got the shoe and it was £130, you still say it's a good shoe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's built to last definitely, and it's got Puma grips outsole has been a fantastic feature across their range. It really grips well in loads of conditions. It doesn't really wear down. This is just a shoe you can it's a classic, almost all-rounder in a way, as well as an easy shoe. You just pick it up, you can go running it, and you can have a good time. And it's just not quite as big and bulky as some of the max cushion shoes. But I find even if a shoe's light, if it's maximum cushioning, sometimes if it's too big, it just interferes with my running a little bit. Whereas this does disappear on the foot really nicely.
Excellent choice.
So that's it. That's our run through of our favourite cushion shoes at the moment. Like I say, we're going to be following this up with a more comprehensive look at the kind of best cushion shoes on the market to give you a few more options. But yeah, we always think it's good to give you our top picks, given that we try a lot of shoes and the ones that stick in our rotation, are really special to us. So yeah, thanks very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment underneath what your favourite cushion shoe is, and we will see you next time.